We begin this morning with breaking news. Leaders from across Mecklenburg County are responding to the planned Border Patrol operations that could begin here in Charlotte as early as tomorrow. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us live. She's in Uptown to break down the messages from county leaders. Destiny.
Yeah, we heard from mostly Democratic leaders here in our community, and they say that they are still frustrated that there have been no real answers, no clarity from the federal government about this Border Patrol deployment in Charlotte. But what they did share, this was a common thread from this presser, was that they shared a unified message of support and protection for every person who lives in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. Now, local and state leaders, along with community activists, stood together this morning saying they still have, again, no information from the federal government about the Border Patrol operation in Charlotte. They say the lack of transparency is dangerous and are calling the deployment a political move that's creating fear in the community. Everyone who spoke stressed that Charlotte is safe and that immigrants are neighbors, business owners, and part of the fabric of the community.
We saw this before in Chicago, where federal actions left families broken and trust shattered. And we will not allow Charlotte to follow that same path. Immigration or immigrants, we're talking about human beings, men, women, and children, who are walking in this city, who are working in this city, who are being educated in this city in fear.
There is a whole community of people that are not afraid to speak out, that are not afraid to speak up, that are not afraid to speak truth to power.
And Mark Jarrell, who's the chair of Mecklenburg County Board of Commissioners, he spoke about how they're not seeking to violate federal law or get in the way here, but they do want to make sure that everyone is protected, and they want to share information about what's going on once they get that information from federal partners. And they said right now what they want to do is just give education, inform families about their rights, and connect them to local resources. We also heard from community groups like Action NC, and they had a message for immigrant families if they happen to be confronted by these Border Patrol agents. They say to make sure that you stay calm and stand firm. And then there was also a call for everyone in the Charlotte area, if you see someone who's being mistreated by one of these agents, they say to record it and report it. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
It is important to be informed. Destiny, thank you so much for that live report. Charlotte City Council member Malcolm Graham also responding to the news of the agents coming to Charlotte. In a statement, Graham says Charlotte is a welcoming, inclusive city that values trust between residents and law enforcement. Deploying armed, masked federal agents into our neighborhoods is not the way to build safer streets. It's a recipe for fear, confusion, and division. Sustain Charlotte, a nonprofit organization, also releasing a statement. It reads in part, "We call on local, state, and federal leaders to use every tool at their disposal to defend and support immigrant families in this moment." Meanwhile, Congressman Ralph Norman from South Carolina is saying, quote, "When CPB and our federal partners come into the Charlotte area, they are not out to hassle families. They're focused on criminal aliens, targeting those involved in violent offenses, drug trafficking, and gang activity."